Roblox events. When you first hear these two words, it immediately brings a lot of excitement and adrenaline to people. But in recent years, I've thought to myself, does Roblox truly care about events anymore? And with The Haunt being released as of 2 days ago, I feel like my suspicions have been confirmed. Roblox just isn't what it used to be when it comes to events. Today's video is going to be a little different than what I usually put out. It's going to be more relaxed, a bit more personal, and honestly, more about my perspective, something I haven't really done on this channel in a long time. I just wanted to sit down and give you my honest thoughts on what I believe is one of the weirdest and disappointing events we've ever seen from Roblox. Now, don't get me wrong, when I first heard about The Haunt, I thought it had so much potential. A Halloween themed event. I mean, who doesn't love Halloween, right? It's that time of year where you get to indulge in a ridiculous amount of candy, dress up in costumes, and freak out your neighbors with spooky decorations. It's become such a fun holiday that everyone looks forward to. So, when I heard Roblox was doing another Halloween event, I was pretty excited. On paper, it sounds like a good idea, but the problem is, year after year, Roblox just struggles to deliver when it comes to big events. It's like they can't quite figure out how to make them truly memorable anymore. And I'll be honest, we haven't had a great event since the glory days of the egg hunts. Those events were amazing. I mean, if you weren't around for those, you really missed out on something special. They were creative, engaging, and had players coming together in ways that felt magical. But now, well, Roblox just isn't hitting that same mark. And this year, we have hit an all-time low. I have to give Roblox credit for one thing though. They've definitely been putting in the effort to give us multiple events this year. I know that might sound ironic to most of you, considering how disappointed I am with what they put out, but I think it's important to acknowledge that they've been trying. The Haunt had a lot of hype behind it, not as much as other events, but still had a lot of people excited. And I thought, okay, maybe this is the one that's going to bring some excitement back to the platform. But instead, it just left me feeling terrible. Don't get me wrong, The Haunt isn't without its positives. For starters, they did an amazing job with the game selections and the lobby. They really leaned into the Halloween theme and chose a lot of horror games that fit the vibe. And they also included some other games that we will not talk about. But it showed to me that Roblox had the right intentions. They wanted to create something that would capture the spooky environment of the season. I can respect that. But when it comes down to the execution, that's where they fell off dramatically. So let's talk about one of the games that I had a lot of people complain about, but for good reason. Pressure. I was really looking forward to this one. And I know I wasn't the only one. The game had potential. The idea of diving into this creepy and borderline amazing game was exciting. I joined up, ready to check out their new event, which was called The Graveyard. And honestly, just like everyone else, I was hoping for something cool, something that would stand out. But when I got there, wow, I couldn't believe what I saw. I saw a text that said, "Welcome to our Haunt event entry. Use the settings in the top left corner to adjust the scenery to your liking, audio, atmosphere, music, and crowds. Use the shot menu at the bottom of the screen to design a costume, then take a picture using the Roblox capture tool. You will then be able to submit that costume into the Haunt costume contest once it goes live later today." We made the entire graveyard for nothing. This is the event. Sorry. There it was. The infamous text that greeted me as soon as I joined, just for it to be a copy and paste message that all the other games had. But when I joined, it turned out that the majority of these games were not part of something that we were used to. And instead, we found out it was a costume contest. The devs of Pressure spent months working on their massive update just for Roblox to slap them in the face at the last moment, saying that all of the work you did was pretty much for nothing. Here, have a participation trophy. You earned this. And from that point on, I realized that it wasn't just the Pressure devs that went through this, as all the other games who spent days and even months doing what Pressure did ended up getting nothing to show for it, which is very hard for me to accept for what Roblox is doing. Also, I would love to point out that this year, with this Halloween event, there is absolutely nothing to do. And on top of that, the overall event, which at this point is just a costume contest, they literally are giving the votes to people that aren't even posting their avatars into the contest. I've seen many people complain and talk about how these people literally post photos of just random creatures in other games and post them as part of the entire thing. It's just insanity that they are doing this. And personally, I think that this event was overall just super rushed and not really taken as seriously as the previous events we have gotten over the span of 12 months. Look, I know that creating these kinds of events is not easy. I get that. There's a lot of work behind the scenes, and I do appreciate the effort that goes into making them happen. But at the same time, it's hard not to feel frustrated when the events we get just don't live up to the expectations that Roblox used to create. It was all about these massive, community-driven experiences that brought people together. And now, it feels like the focus has completely shifted away from what made the platform so special in the first place. So yeah, this is why I think The Haunt is one of the worst events we've seen in a long time. It's not that the concept was bad. In fact, I was looking forward to it. It's just that the execution fell completely short. And for a platform as big and influential as Roblox, you gotta do better. You gotta expect more, and we deserve more. But as much as I think what they did wasn't what it could have been, it is always important to see what you guys are saying. So I'd love to hear your thoughts. Did you try out The Haunt? Were you just as disappointed as I was? Or did you actually enjoy it? Let me know in the comments below, because I would love to talk about it with you guys. And I'm sorry for the yapping in this video, but let me know if you would love to see more videos like this. But until then, I'm out. Peace.